very quickly, this proposition, we do coaching, we do consultancy, and we do that in lots of different spaces. We've been doing work with Cardano and Catalyst, and that's gone very well. But even in there, what we've got our heads around with a lot of the people that we've worked with is there's an opportunity to build an educational platform that eventually for us will be used for people in Africa. So devs can get trained in Africa on this AI and blockchain and all those other fantastic things. Now, to do that, then, we start with coaching and consultancy in a very small space, which is our other proposition, just to help devs in SingularityNET get their business up to speed with the technical brilliance they've already got. So this proposal is about taking that framework that we've got, that basis, and expanding it out and saying, right, if we weren't just talking about business consultancy and coaching, what about if we were talking about, again, bringing in AI expertise? What about if we were bringing in organizational expertise? Those things. So I'm going to chuck you the link to the board, but basically that's what this bit is about. We know how to build consultancies and coaching firms and educational platforms. We understand that inside SingularityNET, there's a massive amount of expertise that could help SingularityNET to start with. We run things in parallel. So this framework in here is what we do when we analyze a business and a full spectrum. And if I zoom out a bit, in here for you to have a look at, this is then a roadmap for building an educational platform. What do? You create content, you package content, you deliver content, you manage the community. Underneath that, at a systems level, you build a platform, you manage a platform, you build a community. And the fun bit for us is when it gets very sexy is you start to be able to build communities and then put into data stacks and build data wheels. For instance, if we're coaching people on how to do evaluation for their business, we build a huge community of guys going through our program. We can then start to build some interesting things off the back of it. So this program then very simply is an ideation phase to get a proposal for the next fund in Fund A, where we can start to build an educational platform for coaching and consultancy. And the big gig is, as you guys know way better than me, a lot of those elements then can now be delivered by AI. So the roadmap is build the program internally for SNet, then build it with elements of AI in it, and then spin it out into the outside world. So very quickly, that's the roadmap for it is, again, do it as an internal project first. We already get doing coaching and consultancy, which we put a proposal in for. Then we get all the other brilliant guys involved from the community, and we build the internal version. Then we take that externally for external clients, a bit like Emergo does in Catalyst. And then we can get it to the level of building a platform that we can deploy to get guys in Africa or Sao Paulo or even Brooklyn the ability to learn this platform. So that's how we run, usually in parallel. We know how to build communities, and that's these slides in here. We understand the power of building networks and communities, and a lot of this stuff, as you know, will be community driven. The other bits we've got, we have a roadmap for building out our own business, which is basically this model. And again, AI slots into a lot of those areas. So that's the exciting bit for us. It's really just getting all you brilliant guys together with your brilliance and the brilliance we've got and people we know, and just build something. That's it, really. Any questions?
Cool. Thank you, Harry. Nice. Let me just check the time. Ali, you have 50 seconds. So you have 2 minutes, 50 seconds for questions. Is there anyone that has any questions directly? Or perhaps, Harry, there's something that a question that you're thinking about that you would like to open source with the community?
No, not really. Not at the moment. As I say, I can wrap this. If there are no questions, and this project is aimed at you guys. You know, you're the guys who are devs out there. Your brilliance can be plugged into this. So that's the sort of idea. The first bit is to give you back some coaching and consultancy on business expertise to make sure that your products succeed on the AR marketplace for SingularityNET. Then the next level is let's build a solution together that we can offer internally and then externally, then build the AI around it. And that builds us a platform that we can then use for doing more impact-driven stuff. That's really a summary, if that helps. So this one is just to, and we haven't done the 25% yet, but this is just to put it out there to get people in a room with those frameworks and then get much cleverer ideas than we've got and get something knocked up and delivered.
Nice. Are there any weaknesses in the ecosystem that you've identified?
That's a brilliant question. The thing is, this AI side's moving so fast, but it's been around so long. It's one of the weaknesses or concerns in there is focus, is how to get focus when people are running around and being so busy. And particularly if the market now gets into a space where you guys, there's so much demand for what you're doing that you will get funded or whatever, and you may well burn through your funding before you've built a business and you won't have got a customer base. And that's one of the worries, is just around resources at the moment. So that's why we pegged it really small to just, this can take a bit of time and move through. Shall I try and do the, shall I stop sharing now just in case?
You have 40 seconds left.
Oh, that's brilliant. Well, look, I'm quite happy to give those to the next guys because you've been monstrously good. And I'll drop this link in the chat, and that's me done, really.